Yo, guys, Adrian back. Free writing. I like I said, I did some research on what to do in this date to not kill Cassie, and I talked with an expert. So we're gonna try it. It works for the most part, and didn't read any of it. I skipped through it. Like I had tested out options, and I just skipped it so I get to experience it new in the flesh here. So yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. So let's skip this first part because you know what happens. So it doesn't matter what we choose apparently, so we're just gonna choose one. Go to the next one. I think this is one. Skip again. And then I don't think none of them matters again. This one also doesn't matter. I think this one we have to choose this one. I think this one. Now this is where things get a little strange because you would think that it's a bad one. You can't choose the bad one, especially for taste. It's gonna ruin it. But we found out that choosing this one makes it progress more than it should. So even though it doesn't pay me to do this, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it. So obviously, we're going to get it went down, but we tested this out and it progresses through the day. So we have to choose one. We got to make her mad, I guess, to order to progress. So I haven't read this far anymore. So let's see how it goes. Cassie looks at you in an alarm. The tone of your voice must frighten her, just because for just a second she flinches as she thought you're going to strike her. Her expression surely changes from fear to embarrassment. She puts the hoovered doors down for several minutes, says nothing at all. After a long silence, Cassie takes a sip from her glass and begins to rub her fingertip over the rim. When she speaks, a soft, ringing sound from the crystal sort of harmonizes with her voice. And she has a crooked smile and speaks with you, looking at you as if she's speaking to herself. Mm. He hugs you back, breathing an enormous sigh as always her hair smells like dragon fruit and pizza. Dinner arrives shortly after, along with a complimentary bottle of wine, and the two of you eat while making small talk. After finishing her first glass, Cassie helps herself, eventually allow her to finish the bottle. As you're waiting for her for dessert, you feel her for reaching her foot across the table, softly rubbing against your leg. She has incredibly nimble toes. Her voice is ever so slightly slower. The wine has set up drop in her cheeks by this point. Cassie Google her on observation. Just then you hear an unusual cell phone alert. Cassie's expression changes to concern. Who is it? Cass. Oh well. I'm not recording this or anything. Hot guys. What work do you do? Not here. I'm sure you'll make up for it. Speculation. You stand to give Cassie a hug, and instead she places both of her hands delicately on your face and kisses you. She kisses tender like a soft goodbye before a long trip. There's nothing ferocious about it. No one around takes it any more than a provable affection. But she finishes quickly, bites your lower lip, and pulls away. For a fleeting moment, the two of you are perfectly indecent together. Cassie catches it and waves goodbye, softly slips away. You can't help but admire the curve of her beneath her dress. Calling, no, no. RTD comes shortly after with your bill. Pay like a responsible person. And the RTD cash, sip of the last of your wine, and walk out the door. The valet quickly fetches your car, and as soon as you're on your way back home. See, that's how we did that's how you're supposed to do it this time. Now, if I'm correct, we stop at day 21, so I'm going to come back in case anything happens new. And yeah, so I'll be right back. Alright, guys. Returned. First off, nothing as expected happened. We repeated the date with Elle and Bonnabelle, so that's that. But as you can see here, they all are texting me, so we need to see what the fuss is about. So let's start with Cassie. 23rd. We have to, so please. What day? The 3rd? Monday the 26th. What? Hold on. Hold on. Okay, see. So, I think we're good. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. So, seems like for sure we can go with Cassie. The afternoon and the evening are not the same time. Are the same time, right? They're not the same time. I hope they're not the same time. But oh wait, these two are today. So whatever. Either go home or go to downtown. Let's go home. Downtown's usually horrible. So let's see what's going on downtown. As you're driving through the town, you get an unshakable sense that you should check on. Oh no! You pull into the driveway and can see over the fence into the backyard that someone has dug a massive hole in the lawn. Rush over suddenly, imagining someone forcing Quill to dig her own grave, or worse, or Quill forcing someone. Open the back gate and run through, only to face Quill holding some sort of box. What is it? Yep. Quill carried the box inside. She wipes her paws on the welcome mat before sitting down on a chair in the living room. She eyes the box suspiciously, reverently. She seems quite taken with it. Did you know this box was back there? He's inside the box, isn't it? I think so. 50! Cautiously grab both sides of the box lid, making sure you have a tight grip. Then you twist and pull with all your strength. This causes the lock to fail and you break the box wide open. Causing money to fly everywhere. Money? Quill paws up as the bills flow to the ground while they look inside the box. Inside you find taped to the side a small plushy mouse and the word Quill scrawled all over the bottom. Free the mouse and hand it to Quill. Quill leaves before you can ask any questions, so instead you gather up the money, count it. There's $10,000 in the box. You pocket it and leave the box next to the fireplace, not sure what to make of it. Then you leave and carry on with your day. Why does she have 10 grand in the box? I'm not a question. Let's just go to Elle's house. Oh, that. Whatever. This is a new area. Driving to Elle's house, there are a suspicious number of birds watching you. They might not be watching you, but on the other hand, they might be. There, for a brief moment, you consider the long-term effects of being exposed to a kitty girl in your house might be, but you do your best to push over these concerns down. Sure enough, as you're pulling into Elle's driveway, you can see her by the front sidewalk talking to birds. You see her with her hands raised, speaking happily to a tree in her front yard with several birds looking down at her. Then you briefly consider talking, she's talking to the tree. Shaking the thought from your head, you climb out of your car and slowly approach Elle, a little perplexed by the coincidence. She gives you a big smile as you approach, but puts your finger to her mouth, indicating to stay quiet. Elle turns back to the birds, whistles softly. When she speaks, her voice is even softer and more airy than usual. One of the birds ruffles its feathers and wobbles its head back and forth in what you can only describe as seriously committed hang headbang. Then the bird takes off from the branch. You watch it in amazement as the bird flies down the fence. Post nears Elle, landing for just a moment before flopping back into the air to flutter just in front of Elle. Her amazement and joy light up on Elle's face. There's a moment where you almost expect the bird to land on Elle's hand, perhaps to break into song. Before it flutters a little further away, it flies back up to the tree. Then it settles back down and resumes its bird its bird nonchalant. Elle jumps for joy, clapping her hands gently together. Is that is that sweet pea? WRL. Elle hooks her arm in yours and hugs your elbow as you walk together. She looks up at the bird and sighs. Mhm. 60. You'd be a gray bird. You have such a rig up to your parachute or something. As you reach the front door to Elle's house, she pauses, stopping in her tracks, staring at the door quietly. For a moment, you wonder if she's having a spell or and falling asleep, but deep sigh signals she concerning about something. Doors. I mean, what the heck, right? I was like meteors, and she smiles. You're the boss here, Elle. It's your choice. What happens next? Elle's eyes shimmering with gratitude, she hugs your arm a little tighter. Wow, what a very pink house. Walking inside the overwhelming the overwhelming pinkness of the room strikes you right away. There are pink curtains, pink furniture, a strawberry pillow, throw pillows, and magenta curtains. The unmistakable smell of cookies and tea fills the room, and your eye catches a Nigellin? That in the corner, likely to hung dry and temporarily forgotten about. You can see that. W? Wish I could wrap a button. I would love to. Mm. Boy, do I have the cat for you. Elle returns with a tray of cookies, teacups, and a teapot. She gently pours you in each cup. She sets your cookie in its own saucer. She hums a soft melody to herself as she does so. Her loveliness is too hard to ignore. You seem happier than usual. That was a quality prank, Alice. It shouldn't definitely push their brothers into pools of water on their birthday. You don't sound concerned about it. I don't condone this. Don't push your siblings into pools of water on their birthdays, guys. Silly. I don't know from experience, but what I've seen, I mean, when you do it well enough, you're not sure, but I often find wrappers and pizza boxes in funny spots, so you're so weird, guys. Thank alcohol. Never mind. Elle reaches over and picks up a cup of tea. Elle's interrupted as she catches her foot on the leg of her coffee table. She drops the cup and saucer into your lap, and your crotch is introduced to the feeling of fresh English tea. Elle grabs a tea towel and begins to pat your crotch. You pull away, but the close quarters of the couch make it impossible to dodge. Elle squeezes and pats your crotch for 3 entire seconds and realizes what she's doing. You quickly take the towel from her and continue the clothes-based fondling on your own. Elle quickly gets to her feet and cries. That's serious. She runs from the room, her hands covering her face. A door closes and you can hear her sobbing in the next room. Luckily, English tea evolves a healthy dose of milk, and the temperature on your private parts can best describe as an uncomfortable warmth rather than a scattered junk. You do your best to dry yourself, but there's a surprising amount of tea in that cup. Also, 2 lumps of sugar means that things are already getting sticky. You walk over to the door where Elle disappeared, then knock and softly knock. You hear Elle sobbing. You're not slow, or clumsy. You're beautiful. Word. Your small laugh interrupts her sobs and a few sniffs and cries laughs. A little, but I'll be okay. Am I gonna be walking? Yes, please, 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 please. Elle disappears for a short time searching her house, but she returns empty-handed. I thought you'd never ask. I'm going to have words with you. Never mind. Elle smiles and turns her back so you can change. You remove your personal effects from your pocket and hand her pants and underwear. As Elle leaves to throw them in the wash, you wrap a blanket around yourself. It's Satan and it feels kind of amazing. Elle returns and sits on the feet bench seat at the foot of her bed. Are these sheets Satan? They feel amazing. TMI. Like what? Yes! Just yes. Swallows and then laughs. What's your favorite fantasy? Are you inexperienced in love? Ah, well, I see. Hmm. Is this foreshadowing or nar? Elle's eyes stare off into the distance as she sighs a long and heavy sigh. Q&A. Yes. Well, we need more of those points, don't we? Realistically. Okay, okay. Well, I've ever met. You're a please let me be your love scale. I can't stop thinking about you. How do I answer that? Eli, I'll tell you, but I doubt if it's doubts in your mind. If I'll tell you, but if it's doubt in your mind that wants to know, don't feel you're better than that. That seems like a better answer than no, not no. They seem like both deception. Um, yeah. Just can't. Aha. You lean over and begin to kiss her. She raises her hands, softly places them on your cheek. Elle's kiss grows more and more passionate as she hesitates to French kiss you. There's an innocent awkwardness to it. Every moment you feel she doesn't quite know how to do with her hands or tongue or with yours. She pulls back for a moment. Kiss her more. Mm, yeah. She allows you to answer her questions by kissing her. She sighs and relaxes into your embrace. Everything about her is soft. You press against her, feeling the warmth of her body envelope you. Finally, Elle stops, catch her breath, and she gently touches your cheek. She takes your hand for a moment, then says, suddenly, Elle gets a distant look. Her eyes become more intimately drowsy, and she falls asleep. Sit back for a moment. You're not sure what to do. You start by gently tickling her rib, then her foot. Sure enough, she doesn't rouse. Not sure how long you have to wait before she wakes. What do you do? Hold on, let's save. Overwrite that. Back. Let's search for a clue. Let's be a detective, guys. Quickly get up from her bed and begin to search her house. Quick search of the house yields several things that note, but you're not sure you have time to check them all. In her bedroom, you find her diary along with a stack of papers marked urgent and confidential. In the living room, you find a safe behind a picture frame. It still looks high tech but doable. What do you do? Hold on. Let's save again. Actually, we can overwrite this one. Let's do that. It's open the safe. Fiddle with the safe's mechanics using some tried and used locksmithing principles. You managed to open it. There isn't much inside the safe. There's Elle's birth certificate, a bunch of jewelry, and her passport among other official documents. You'll find a small box which is extremely heavy. Inside you find a gold bar stamping $1,000 fine gold. What do you do? Close the safe. See nothing of value, leave it safe as is. You quietly closing the safe. You think you hear Elle steering in the next room. You sit down next to Elle and soft play with her hair as she finally wakes up. When she does, she blinks several times, confused. Then recognition turns her eyes and she smiles and whispers. She begins to kiss you again. Going to what? Uh, hold on. Just save potential here. Elle breathes deeply for a few more seconds. She sounds like she's crying. Like she sounds like she's in. I don't know how to describe it. Elle sits up and locks her eyes on you with a loving expression. She gets you She gets you a comb and then relaxes against you. You start to gently stroke her hair, then comb gliding smoothly through her delicate locks. She giggles happily as her eyes fall shut. Finally, only 10 minutes later, she's asleep. Quietly let herself out, grabbing your pants from the washing machine, and head out for the front door. The tide has begun to rain. The birds are all gone from their branches, hidden now. The rain plays a soft melody on your roof of your car, and the drive home is dreamlike. Well, that was the most intimate date we had so far. Oh boy. Uh, oh, I think this is gonna be the last thing we do today, and then we'll call it an episode because it's kind of long already. Even though we have a date with Cassie tomorrow, in game tomorrow. It's a quiet night as You're driving to the restaurant. There's a weird humidity in the air, but the breeze of the ocean is strangely cold. A few drops of water on your windshield suggests the weather might have secret plans for you, but for now, the clouds stay silent. As you round a corner, a car passes you in the opposite lane. You catch a glance in your rearview mirror of the car doing a 180 turn and then following you. You get a bad feeling. You turn down a side road to see if they follow you, and it does. The car takes the same turn and seems to increase speed. You hit the gas, looking for a good place to turn back, but suddenly you see flashing lights and hear a siren. The car behind you, it turns out to be a ghost car. It blurs out a siren for a moment, but it keeps its lights on. You pull over on the shoulder and wait for the police. The police car pulls up behind you, but the cop don't exit the car for a long time. Finally, almost after 5 minutes, the police car looming behind you. You see doors open, out steps out Fumi, and also an officer in a much fancier uniform than you expected. You only get to see a split second of the officer before he tapes your window. The man is obviously much older than Fumi and of Asian ancestry. His name tag says S. Kaiwaza. This is bad. Why would we even say this? On. We gotta try it anyway. Mm, Fumi. Hmm. Sounds French, even though he's of Asian ancestry. Um, this would probably get her in trouble, so let's just not do that. You could say that. Stalker. Yes, I know them. That's quite the accusation. That's quite the accusation. This is Mio's dad. The one that she's been telling us about. Oh no. Your hero's father. Oh my god, bro. Why does everyone want us to leave? What if maybe I don't want to? What if something bad were to happen to you? Oh my god. Hold on. We just gotta see. We just gotta see. He pauses for a moment. He rubs the end of his chin contemplatively for a long minute. Are we going to prison? Officer Kawazi nods his head, and you hear Yumi yell from the passenger side of your car. Well, we're not gonna do that. So, as expected, that's prison, and we're not doing that. So, I'm trying to help Iro. Mm, mm, okay. We know that's going. So, oh my god. Officer Kai's wad looks to Detective and nods. Turns to leave and Fumi sticks her head out in the passenger window. She whispers urgently, Fumi walks back to the police car. The sound of her heeled boots, talking away with confident seriousness. A little later, the police lights go out, and the ghost car pulls a U-turn and drives off. If you hurry, you'll be a little late meeting Hero at the restaurant. We're gonna, uh, uh, um, let's just go. You continue your drive to the restaurant, suddenly conscious of every car in the road that might be following you. After a short drive, you get to the restaurant park. Just as you're opening your car, a motorcycle suddenly drives up behind you and parks. You with her helmet on, you recognize it's Hero. She's wearing a bike jacket and a cute dress. Great. We've been here earlier. You reaches over for your hand. Take her hand. Hesitate. Well, we can't do that anyway. Hero smiles and sticks her tongue out at you. She gently sways your arm as the two of you walk inside. Inside the restaurant, the atmosphere is intimate and warm. Live music is playing somewhere, and the smell of garlic and butter fills the room. The marquee takes your name and intimately instructs you to follow to your table. Ira follows you, but her eyes wandering around the rest of the room, taking it in. Yeah, fatty tail too. Good. So the two of you are seated. You notice that Ira is staring at you with a dreamy smile. When you look back, there's a moment where she smiles and grows a little abashed. She blushes and laughs nervously to herself. Same. That was fun. Been thinking the same thing. This really sucks hearing because of what we might have to do. Hmm. Come with us. Want to see if this works? Oh! Hero gets up from her seat and walks to your side. She calls to your face and kisses you, your chin resting on her breast. The smells of mango and kiwi. You raise your arms, wiggling her around her waist, and you feel the muscle tone of her shoulder blades. You and you are both grabbing your things from the table and leave the restaurant. She takes you by the hand and back to your car, standing in between her and a motorcycle. She drops her jacket and Element begins kissing you with desperate, urgent need. She runs her finger through your hair, pulling your head to neck. You kiss and nibble, your hands crawling with her bum. Just then, out of the corner of your eye, you see a police car at the far end of the parking lot. A lot flashes lights. Lights flash only a few times, and the car goes dark and pulls out of its spot and drives away. Your cell phone rings. Your pulls out the phone and locks the name of the cell. Looks at the name of the cellular. Your steps away and answers. Your hangs up the phone and quickly grabs her writing gear. Yeah, of course. Kicks her motorcycle into gear and drives off. You get back in her car and drive home. As you're driving home, your phone rings. You don't recognize the caller's number. You immediately recognize the voice as Cassie's. Her voice sounds hoarse as she's been crying. Oh my goodness. There's no further sound. You never hear Cassie's voice again. Inside your house, wait several hours, but don't hear from Iro again. As the dark of midnight's approached, you deep down thought you have. What was that? Cut the video. That's it. Oh my. That's it for today's video, guys. Like and subscribe. I'll be back next Friday to figure this out once again. Oh my God. I'll be right back.